the largest BDG campus in sub-Saharan Africa, where she organized impactful events such as Career Fest, X-Tech, and Building with AI, reaching over 3,500 attendees cumulatively. Aminat is also a pioneer chapter lead of She Code Africa Unilorin, where she built supportive community for women in tech to learn and grow. Beyond academics and community work, she maintains a strong commitment to wellness, running regularly and playing volleyball as a part of Unilorin's team, embodying the balance she encourages to strength to culminate health, wealth, and academics. Can we all give a hand to our big tech sis? She's balancing tech, school, even at athletics. Easy. So now let us welcome Aisha Falabi to speak to us this evening.
Hi everyone, good evening. Sorry, Onye, I think you might have made a mistake with my name. My name is not Aishat, my name is Aminat Afolabi.
Sorry. So sorry for the mistake.
It's okay. So everybody, my name is Amina and thank you all for joining this call. So when I got the invitation from Okbeolua, because he reached out to me with like an invitation to speak, and I saw the topic, thriving in tech without losing focus in school. What came to my mind when I saw that topic is balance. That was the first thing that came to my mind, and I'm sure that majority of people on this call, that's like the first thing that will come to your mind as well. Balance. So what does balance mean? Like in this context, because like you want to thrive in school, you want to thrive in tech, sorry, and you don't want to lose focus in school. So when we're talking about balance in this context, you're trying to effectively or efficiently navigate both aspects so that you're not lagging out in one part and maybe you're losing out in another, just to make sure that you stay on track, you are stable with both parts. And balance looks different for everybody. What I think is balance. Fine, there's like a generic definition of balance, but like what balance looks like for me is different from what balance looks like for you or for everyone else. Because like we're different people, we have different goals, different ambitions, and the environment or the conditions we're in is different. So what balance is up to you as a person to decide or to tell yourself that, okay, in depth to me, this is what balance means to me. This is what when I say I'm balanced, this is what it looks like for me. So that's up to you guys. So I will just be sharing some of the tips and strategies that have helped me personally, when I was in school to like juggle all of those things together. I mean, because I was a student athlete, I led multiple communities, I had a tech career, and I was also a student. So I will share some things that have worked for me that hopefully will be useful to you. But different things, different strokes for different folks. So whatever works for you. So before I dive into like the couple of tips and strategies that I have for you guys, I would like to just, brief you about the consequences of a lack of balance. If you think that you can just, flow through your jagaban, like you don't need to plan, you don't need to, put in the time and effort and commit and be intentional about wanting to create balance. I'm telling you for a fact that, you will burn out. There will be repercussions. Like, in fact, you can even like, there can be identity confusion. You don't even know, like, you just be confused. You'll be like, all the things I'm doing, are they working for me? Is this working for me? You start comparing yourself to others. And generally, you'll be stressed out. Like, you will not be productive, even in the things that you claim to love. Like, for example, maybe because I'm a student athlete and I love playing volleyball. So even when a lot of things are going on like that and you're not balanced, you start to feel pressured by the things that were passionate to you or that feel passionate to you. So that's why it's very, very important for everybody to, be willing to want to balance everything that's going on in their life. So the first tip that I'll give you guys is to prioritize. Shay, you already said this before, but like this is number one. Like you have to know your priorities. The main thing that brought all of us to school here, fine, everybody, you are building a tech career, but what brought us to school? What brought you to school is your education. That's number one. That has to be your priority. You can't say that, because, you want to do something where you are building a website, you're going to like not attend classes or, go late for an exam, miss an exam. So you have to understand properly the things that you're doing so that you can be able to prioritize. So for me, there's something that they call the Eisenhower matrix, and that has helped me, like prioritize like my tasks. Because like, for example, I set a goal, I want to achieve something by so time, right? And there are many steps or many things I have to do, many tasks, subtasks under that goal that will help me get there. So those tasks, you have to make sure that you prioritize them accordingly. So according to the Eisenhower matrix, there are like 4 levels. They help you prioritize your tasks according to importance and the level of urgency. You know, the first level is like when something is important and it's urgent, obviously that's going to take top priority. That's number one. You have to address those things first. And then you have the things that are, important but not urgent, things that are urgent but not important. And finally, you have like things that are not important and not urgent. Obviously, those have to be the things that you do last. So my first tip is to make sure that you prioritize. So keep this in your hands. You can go and do more research about like the Eisenhower matrix and know how to like inculcate it in your day-to-day life so that you can be able to balance things you're doing. And then my second tip is time management. You have to see time flows. Like, that's the thing about time. It keeps going. It doesn't stop. If you are doing something, it will go. If you're not doing anything, it will still flow. So when you waste your time, you are shooting yourself in the foot, because like time loss can never be recovered. You can make money all you want, you can struggle, you can make money, but you can never make time. And because you have the privilege that some people don't, you have to make sure that you plan your time properly. You use it and make your time work for you, not like against you. Because like there's this thing that people always say that, if you fail to plan, you have planned to fail. So when you don't plan your time properly, you're just, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're juggling multiple things, but you're not allocating time properly, So for me, when I was, trying to like manage my time effectively, the tools that I used were like Notion and like Google Calendar and some other stuff like that. So those are like some of the tools that you can use. And like when you're making out time, or when you're like planning your time, you have to be very realistic. Like, don't say, for example, we have 24 hours in a day, right? You now plan that, okay, I'll sleep for 4 hours. That's not going to, that's working against yourself. You are setting yourself up for failure. So when you're planning, be realistic, be smart about it. Like, don't set yourself up for failure. So that's like my second tip, manage your time well. And then the third thing is to, set your boundaries and be disciplined enough to actually follow up on those boundaries. This is this, that is that. Academics is academics. Volleyball is volleyball. Time for class is time for class. And you should like learn to say no to things that don't serve you. For example, now, like it's not every class that I attend. Like I will tell you this, let's be real. It's not every class that I go to. Why? Because it's not every class that serves me. Sometimes I'll go to a lecturer's class, I'll sit down 45 minutes, 1 hour. I don't understand anything. Like the lecturer is not communicating well. So what's the essence of doing things that don't serve you, or investing your time, wasting your time in things that don't serve you? So I know that this might not be like the best advice from like an academic perspective as per scholars, like, but if something doesn't work for you, just let it go. Like the only way you see me attend a lecturer's class, a lecturer that I don't understand, is maybe when they say they're taking attendance. That's when you see me going to the class. That's even if I don't have a friend available that can help me cover. That's when you see me, I will say that, okay, I have to run and go attend this class. And with that same energy, if I have like a volleyball match, if like there's a volleyball match in school and I know that the coach will bench me, I will not go, because it's a waste of my time. It's not that I don't understand that going to watch other players play will help me better my game. It's not that I don't understand that, but like I have more important things to do. I have other responsibilities because I'm juggling a lot of things. So say no when you're supposed to say no. You know that you have an exam in the next 2 weeks, and maybe like a friend is telling you, let's go out for a party. You're probably like very, very excited at the thought of it, the idea of it, but be disciplined enough to say no to those little things, because like they're distractions. So make sure you set your boundaries and you follow up on them. So the fourth tip that I'll be walking you guys through is mindfulness and intentionality. Personally, I think that this is very, very important to like maintain a balance for like every aspect of your life, whether it is financially, spiritually, academically, your career, whatever. You have to be very mindful. Don't just like go with the flow. Be very aware, be mindful of everything that you do, be intentional. For example, okay, you want to achieve a goal, right? And one thing I'll say is that you should, set smart goals. There's something that we call smart goals. There are goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So when you set those goals, right, ask yourself, the things that I'm doing to lead me to be successful or to achieve this goal, is it working for me? Like, for example, you say you want to get a job or a tech gig or something, and you are attending events. Look at yourself. Maybe like at the end of a month, maybe you've decided that, okay, I will attend a tech event to help me connect and meet recruiters who will help me get the job, right? Ask yourself, if you're attending 10 events in a month, is it serving you? Is it all those events that are making sense? So don't just go with the flow and just keep doing things. You waste your time and you waste your energy like that. And there's this thing I always say, when you're intentional about something, intentional learning will always beat something that you learn randomly. Like, because like when you learn something intentionally, you are already in the process flow. Like, you know that, okay, this is what this will do to help me. This is how I can use this thing that I've learned. But if it's something that is random, you learn it today, maybe a week later, it's just clicking when you come out of the day through that, oh, this thing that I learned will actually be useful to this. So be very mindful and intentional about wanting to strike a balance or to keep a balance that you have. And why being mindful, I'll tell you to, invest in self-development, because it's very, very important. Read books like Atomic Habits, The God-Shaped Brain, something like that. Just like be very, very mindful and be intentional about, wanting to have a balance across the various aspects of your life. And then the final tip is to avoid burnout. Because like I said earlier, if you say you're Jagaban and you don't want to, have a balance, you just want to go with the flow, you will burn out, it will stress you out. And while you're maybe building systems to help you achieve your goals in like these parts, like maybe like your tech career, or you want to have a first class and all of that, don't build a system. Don't build a system that will choke you in the name of balance. Don't do that, because like you're only shooting yourself in the foot. So you know this thing that they say, YOLO, you only live once. So give yourself time to breathe, give yourself space, give yourself time to have fun. When you're planning your time, plan out time for like something that is interesting to you. Like me now, I watch K-dramas, I watch anime, I play games a lot, so like just to chill and like let myself relax. And that's actually one of the reasons why I took up volleyball. Volleyball can be very, very competitive, but at the same time, it's a way for me to, just like relax, rewind, distress and all of that. And all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So don't be toxic. Don't build systems that will kill you. Be very, very, realistic so that you don't get burnt out, because it's not always easy to recover from a burnout. So yeah, I think these are like the 5 tips that I have for you guys, to help you strike a balance like across your tech career, your school life, whatever it is. Maybe you are also invested in community work like I do, because that's like I work with community, like when you already said at Chicode Africa at Google Developer Group on campus. So like, I just hope that these tips will be able to help you. But before I go, there's also one thing that I want to say. So balance, it's not necessarily equals to perfection. Contrary to what like a lot of people would think that, she's so perfect, like they're looking at you from afar, oh my god, like she had everything under control. No, it's not like that. So maybe you're looking at somebody from the outside that, everything, she's always on time, blah, 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 blah. It's not like that. In that person's mind, balance is a lifestyle. It's not something that you achieve. It's something that you keep showing up for daily, every day. You say, we go again today, like, I'm going to say no to the things that distract me. I'm going to say no to the things that don't serve me. That's what, balance looks like. So don't set up yourself for failure by thinking that, I have to be perfect, If you make a mistake, because mistakes will happen. Mistakes always happen. Like you can maybe be late for a class, you can miss a test. It happens, right? When those things happen, tell yourself that you just have to keep going. Do better next time. Try to avoid that mistake. Learn from your failures. So yeah, that's just what I would say on this topic. And I hope that the little, tips that I have and I've given from my experience will be able to, help somebody actually achieve like balance. Balance is unrealistic anyways, but still like, help you do something and get something going and not actually get burnt out in all of this, like everything that's going on. And yeah, one last thing as well, because like technology is a very, very, very fast evolving, like scape, or like should I say niche. So if you think that you just go with the flow, one day you are using maybe a programming language, maybe like Next.js 2 or something, and then the next day you realize that they've released a new version. So you have to make sure that you stay balanced so that you don't, get lost in all of that, and you don't just like of some people who, they were in school, they got into the tech space, they got all caught up, and they did not plan their time well, and they lost their studentship. So I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody. So I hope that the little, tips that this girl has given you will help you, strike a balance. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aminat. Your session was absolutely wonderful. One of the things I personally took, take away smart goals. Don't go with the flow. My tech people, don't go with the flow. And don't be toxic. Don't be toxic to yourself. Avoid burnout. She really, Aminat really spoke like wonderfully well. I don't know, I really loved the session. All right, so we'll be moving on to the next part of this webinar, which is the Q&A session. So if you have any questions, you can type it in the chat box and we'll read it as we go. But I would start the sessions. I will just throw some questions to our speakers, and from there, I'm giving you guys time to ask your questions. I know that I'm not the only one that has learned 1,000,001 from these people this evening. Okay, so let me start my first question. My first question goes to Oluwaseyi. So, when you were a student, what's combining your tech and your school life? What mistakes did you make early on, and how do you feel students can avoid them?
Yeah, thanks for that question. So mistakes I made, yeah, I can say in 200 level, I was, yeah, that was 2023. Yeah, 2023. I